Ultra Instinct Goku is easily one of the most hype characters ever added to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, even being shown way before his anime form debuted, revealing the white hair for the world to see was in the V-Jump scans showing white-haired Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, since the character was released so early, as well as being a very looked forward to character, Ultra Instinct Goku was kind of rushed out the door when he revealed in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and this made the character very different from the way every other character played, and I will be going through the full history of every single update Ultra Instinct Goku has had, first turned him from the character he was when the game first came out, to the character he is now, also going into how Ultra Instinct Sign actually gets affected by some of these updates. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve Doja here, back to more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and this time on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I'm going to be talking about all of the history of the updates involving Ultra Instinct Goku, from the ones where his stamina recovery used to be really bad, to the ones where his damage is way too damn high now. And I think after all of these, I will go over which versions of Ultra Instinct Goku were the best, and which ones were the worst, as well as which updates were the best, and which ones were the worst for the character. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku was officially revealed to the world February 17th through V-Jumps leaks. This was way before he actually got revealed in the anime, which was March 4th during Dragon Ball Super episode 129, where at the very end of the episode, you would get to see the reveal for the Whitehead form at least. So again, Xenoverse beat them to the punch by a massive long shot, but that's mostly because it was leaked, it wasn't supposed to come out that early, and then even then the actual DLC character of Ultra Instinct Goku also released before the anime actually got to properly show him off. So that is pretty crazy that Xenoverse was actually that quick. Again, that was Xenoverse 2's heyday, that was back in Xenoverse 2's prime, where they could update the game really quickly, and they'd always do like massive updates and fast updates, etc, all that cool stuff. UI Goku did eventually release February 28th for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and he was quite the mixed bag when he first came out. There was a 50% of people calling him bad and 50% of people calling him OP. And I will say his stats now, so that way we can get the confusion out of the way. The reason why was because UI Goku, even now, today in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, has one of the lowest healths, if not actually the lowest health in the game, of all possible playable characters. Back when the level cap was just level 99 when his character first came out, he could never get a green health bar. His health bar was always in the yellow, meaning any ultimate attack that does like 2 health bars or anything like that would actually just kill him. It didn't help either because he actually took 30% extra damage, if I recall, the same modifier that I do believe that Beast actually deals in terms of damage dealt outwards towards opponents, right? But UI Goku also took more damage on top of having a very low health bar. And another thing that was seen as a really bad part for the character was his extremely, and I mean extreme emphasis on extremely bad stamina recovery. It would take maybe, I think, nearly a minute for him to get a full bar of stamina back, even if he was just on the ground, and I mean 1 bar of stamina, not his whole stamina bar back. His stamina bar was ridiculously slow in terms of recovery, and he took bonus damage. So with all that in mind, you're probably thinking, well, how could he ever be seen as like overpowered if like that's the case, you know? And the reason for that is exclusively due to the fact that 1, he was the character that did by far the highest damage in the game at the time of him coming out, and 2, his dodge was very good when it came out. In fact, I would say his dodge back then is probably the best his dodge will ever be throughout the rest of his future updates. The dodge of back then, not only could it dodge, it could dodge everything that wasn't a Ki Blast Super. Straight up, it just dodged everything that wasn't a Ki Blast Super. And when he dodged, it would take up an infinitesimally small amount of stamina to avoid attacks. So even the tried and true tactic you see of people spamming Ki Blast towards UI Goku to make him dodge until he runs out of stamina, it wasn't even that viable back then because he just had so much damn stamina. It basically didn't do anything, even if Ultra Instinct Goku just sat there and let you drain his stamina, right? Keep in mind, he doesn't get the stamina back. So him having a dodge that takes up next to no stamina is his best way of like recovery. Because in reality, back then, if you vanished 3 times with UI Goku, because he only has 6 bars of stamina, again, another debuff to him. He has 6 bars of stamina. So if he vanished 3 times, or if he did an evasive twice, before they made the evasives cost 2 bars of stamina, he was just dead. He didn't have any more options to dodge. He basically had to use Limit Burst, otherwise he would always get like punished immediately. UI Goku was one of the only characters that people thought Limit Bursting with was actually okay, due to how, you know, rocky his ability to survive was back in the day. Then in DLC 9, they had a change of heart and thought UI Goku should play more like a traditional Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 character. So they did actually fix the bonus damage he took, and they fixed his stamina recovery. But in exchange for that, they had to nerf his dodge substantially so that it actually, you know, used up more stamina, because his dodge if he kept the same dodge while having like good stats or like normal stats, then he would have been like far too OP. But they also did actually take away his back hit, because this was around the time that they nerfed the back hits by making it so that when people vanish, they have far more iframes when they vanish over to the other side. This is still a controversial decision, because while back hits, especially some back hits like Goku's, it isn't over yet, and Gogeta's elbow, Jiren's elbow, and Ultra Instinct Goku's elbow were all like dominating back hits, right? They basically almost always hit you when you vanished over to the other side. This change made back hits almost effectively useless, because a lot of people you fight in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 either have, you know, bad connection, or it's the game's netcode that makes it impossible to actually hit people when they vanish over to the other side. So you'll see people like vanish and then just be invincible for like way too damn long, because the game's lag carries over the iframes for ages and ages and ages. But yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku did eventually get a change, and I think most people would see this as a buff, because even though he lost the super OP back hit and he basically infinite dodge, he can at least be played now. You can get some breathing room with him, you can recover stamina with him. He doesn't die in like 2 super attacks anymore because he takes bonus damage. This update in DLC 9 made him a real character. Then we had the Soaring Fist buff, which makes UI Goku one of the most infamous characters in the game, because Soaring Fist is one of the strongest moves in the game by far, and it's also available for custom characters too now. Back in the day, all of UI Goku's moves weren't available for custom characters, like literally none of them were available for custom characters. And July is when UI Goku received his DLC 9 buff that made him an actual playable character, and September is when he got the Soaring Fist buff. Now, this buff is as simple as it sounds. As good as Soaring Fist is now in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is exclusively because of this September 4th buff back in 2019. If it wasn't for that, then Soaring Fist would be irrelevant. You wouldn't see anyone using it today at all. If not, you wouldn't even see people using it in the last 4 years, let alone now. But yeah, the Soaring Fist buff was huge for UI Goku, because it improved his combo ability and his combo damage by a massive leap. Before, you would never see people end combos with Soaring Fist or do anything with Soaring Fist. They would just do Kamehameha because it does more damage. But now, yeah, Soaring Fist got amazing after that update. The next thing after UI Goku is a perfectly playable character and has even buffed super attacks was to give him another new super attack. Now, UI Goku, again, he never released with the actual Sliden Kamehameha, despite being one of the most iconic moves, if not the most iconic move that he does to people's memory. It's either that or the Silver Dragon Flash, the move where he rages at Jiren before punching him and doing a giant combo that ends off with the Kamehameha when Jiren tries to hurt his friends. But Sliden Kamehameha was never in the game, so DLC 11 finally added it. They didn't add UI Sign Goku, they just added the Sliden Kamehameha, but you could get it for custom characters and for Ultra Instinct Goku. So this was a big plus. Now, while the move didn't end up being too useful, because, you know, Sliden Kamehameha is a lot slower than regular Kamehameha, it was nice that UI Goku had a move that he could release that did pretty high damage almost immediately. But Divine Kamehameha wouldn't get buffed until a lot later, where it basically does the full damage of a fully charged Kamehameha over time now. But back then, it just did more damage than an uncharged Kamehameha. So you would just use it if you found the opportunity to, but it wasn't a necessarily good move, because waiting for someone to shoot a Ki Blast and then stand still and let them get hit by a Sliding Kamehameha, that was unrealistic. No one fires ultimate attacks for no reason. No one shoots super attacks for no reason. So it wasn't that great when it first got added, but eventually they did buff it to, you know, be better. I won't be covering Divine Kamehameha's buffs, because that's a separate move that's available for all characters. It's not exclusively a UI Goku move, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. They also did actually buff Godly Display in this update. This is the one that turned Godly Display into like a just straight up a one-shot, and it's not changed since. The move has just been like ridiculously overpowered ever since this point. Literally 1 month after that, they decided they would give UI Goku's moves, all of them, to custom characters. So they were in a very Ultra Instinct mood during 2020. First, yeah, Divine Kamehameha, then they just gave us everything else. Soaring Fist, Godly Display, etc. We never got Surging Spirit, but we technically do have it. It's part of the universal charge-up mechanic in the Ultra Instinct transformation for custom characters. So in a way, we did eventually get Surging Spirit, but it would have probably been better as a super attack, since it actually charges more ki as a super attack than as a universal charge option. Then they decided that Ultra Instinct Goku actually needed a nerf. He was becoming far too powerful for them to control. So they said, you know what, let's turn him down a bit. UI Goku at this point lost the ability to dodge strike super attacks. Now that doesn't sound like too bad at first, like, oh, he lost the ability to dodge one damage type big whoop. And if anything, it's a buff, because you don't want him dodging Meteor Crash and losing all of his stamina right away and just instantly losing, right? But at the same time, no one actually used Meteor Crash. The real issue of him not being able to dodge strike super attacks is that now he was completely vulnerable to the strike supers that dominated the game, like DBS Broly's grabs, Justice, any of the Justice moves in general, right? Justice combination, Hawk charge, time skip, all of the time skip moves. Like, those moves are really fast, and sometimes even in the Broly's case, right, they have armor. So you don't want to get hit by any of these moves because there's almost zero way to fight back against them. But UI Goku having the ability to automatically dodge them when they came towards him was very good because it means he could immediately punish them after they had occurred. And that's one of the best things you could ask for, because those moves were unbeatable. There was no way to really get around them. They're just too quick, they're too fast, or they put the enemy in too safe of a position, whether it connects or not. But UI Goku had the option to beat them, and then they just took it away, saying, nah, he can't dodge strike supers anymore. So now he was vulnerable to all the super types, both Ki and Strike, at DLC 12. Then DLC 14 happened for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. This is the same update that released Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Yes, I know his previous form came out much later than his final form. That's just the way Xenoverse 2 works. And at the time leading up to DLC 14, people thought that Ultra Instinct Goku was going to become a custom partner due to the fact that Ultra Instinct Sign would add a bunch of new moves to Ultra Instinct Goku, and he would obviously need to be a custom partner to be able to use them all. However, Bandai Namco surprised us by instead making a third preset of UI Goku that had the Ultra Instinct Sign moves, which is objectively worse than just having a custom preset that we can adjust now that UI Goku has so many different moves in the game. But, it is what it is. We did get a third preset of UI Goku, and that technically does count as an update to Ultra Instinct Goku. However, this was one of the worst updates for him because this third preset was really bad in comparison to his other presets. It was just a bad, there's not a lot to say, it was just an actually bad preset. While he did get the amazing ultimate Sign of Awakening, he gets the extremely bad evasive skill Celestial Wave, which still costed 3 bars of stamina, despite the fact that it's only available on Ultra Instinct Gokus, who only have 6 bars of stamina, meaning if they use it twice, they have no stamina, or if they use it once, they can only then vanish once, because then they only have 1 bar of stamina left, and then they're cooked. So, this was one of the worst updates for him. It basically didn't do anything for Ultra Instinct Goku. But for UI Sign Goku, a newly released character to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, he is amazing. And I'm not going to give him a full history rundown like I gave with OG UI Goku. I will just say that UI Sign Goku was very, very different to UI Goku, which is very surprising because their moveset, like the animations, or like a lot of the animations are like copied from Ultra Instinct Goku, and certain attacks are even copied over from other like characters like Goku Black and all these other things, right? Vegito Blue, etc., right? So it's a surprise that UI Sign actually came out like good, and I think he actually does play different enough. He's definitely slower than Whitehead Ultra Instinct Goku, and he does less damage too, but he has way more health, and I think sometimes his super attacks are better, other than like Soaring Fist is like super OP, but his super attacks are actually way better, and his ultimate attack, Sign of Awakening, was such a big game changer when it came to the game, because Sign of Awakening is just such a good ultimate attack. So yeah, UI Sign will now be added to the roster of Gokus that get updates whenever the updates do actually occur. So I'll just tell you when it's his time to unlock something. The final major update is the Ultra Instinct Dodge update that we received when the Festival of Universe's first part rolled around and alongside the level 120 update. So I'll be talking about both at the same time. But effectively, this new update actually was a buff to Ultra Instinct Goku. Not only did it finally change the dodge animations from just him leaning to the left and to the right, he actually got a bunch of very, very cool looking animations for his dodge skills when they actually do occur. But this dodge was actually faster. UI Goku could punch out of this dodge much quicker, meaning that there was a lot more attacks in the game that you would actually want to just dodge with UI Goku, because when you trigger the dodge for them, your enemy would have to get out the second punch, but your first punch is already available, and UI Goku's first punch is mad quick. This did affect UI Sign as well, by the way. UI Sign also got this new dodge animation when this update occurred, so that's very good. But keep in mind, UI Sign could only actually get access to his dodge when his health reaches 50%, so you would see it a lot less with him than you would see it with Whitehead UI Goku, but UI Sign's dodge, I think, is better, because he actually uses up far less stamina than Whitehead Goku when he does dodge. That was also a considerable update to UI Sign Goku. He uses much less stamina when he dodges, but he has to be at half health just to get the ability to dodge to begin with. So UI Sign and UI both got big dodge updates, and they can punish you super hard after they dodge. They didn't get the main character move. They did not get what custom characters get, where after a dodge you can trigger a separate button to do the counter-attack that UI Goku actually does to Jiren in the anime, where he passes by him with his fist stretched out, and Jiren takes a ton of damage behind Goku, then goes flying off into the distance, right? Custom characters got access to that, but Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku did not get access to that move, which is very tragic. It would have actually been really good as well on Whitehead Goku, because not only is it something he actually does, he has tons of basic attack, and that damage is all basic attack. So it would have actually been a really good way for him to use 1 bar of stamina and do tons of damage to his enemy, but maybe they thought that was too cheap, so they didn't let him do it, but they let custom character male Saiyans do it, who can do far more damage and have more than 6 bars of stamina. So, I don't know. It's just more Bandai Namco balancing over there, I guess. But yeah, the Dodge update was actually huge. Festival of Universes, 1, massive shout out to it. I gave UI to all the custom characters and made Ultra Instinct Goku even better. The final update to Ultra Instinct Goku was the level 140 update. Now keep in mind, he will continue to get more updates like this when they eventually drop level 150, level 160, level 180, and finally level 199. But the level 140 update was actually big for Ultra Instinct Goku, because it's finally the moment where he had more than 6 bars of stamina to his name, which is very big for the character, because it means there are more instances where he's getting his stamina recharging than he's just losing stamina. So obviously, again, he's going to take some more damage, but in exchange, he gets way more stamina back, especially if he's able to play smart and keep the enemy away from him. Having 1 extra bar of stamina goes a long way for Ultra Instinct Goku. But also, for Whitehead UI Goku, he finally managed to get a green health bar with this update. Now keep in mind, it is literally the smallest amount of green health possible in the game. But moves that kill you, or like at least kill 2 bars of health, they didn't kill him anymore. So that was very big to hear, you know? He finally could survive moves that take away more than 2 bars of health in one go. So basically he was free from most one-shots in the game. So that's very lucky for UI Goku. But he will continue to get stronger as more updates get added to the game. But for now, that is the final update to the Ultra Instinct history in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And I think this is a solid place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you enjoyed the video, once again, please leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel. And leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. Let me know if there's any other characters you'd like to see update histories for, but I will say now, no one has a history as big as UI Goku. UI Goku, again, is the most influential, most hype, most popular, and most updated character in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 history. No one has received as many as him. He's the one that Bandai Namco probably wants to get right the most, since he is Goku's final form in Dragon Ball Super, and we probably won't be seeing a final form for Goku in a very long time, because UI is still super hype. It's not like Super Saiyan 3 that was like nearly 20 years old by the time they decided they wanted to introduce Super Saiyan gods. Same with Super Saiyan 4, you know? So, yeah, I think that's a good place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you enjoyed the video, then obviously again, please leave a like in the video, and don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. Love you all, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Take care, and peace!